Good evening, you guys. It is July 18th. Today we have Walk Humbly and Meek and Lowly. Let's start it out. Walk Humbly, guys. I hope you guys are having a great night. We're going to get God going on tonight. Look, we got a cross right up there. We got the Bible right here, the Devotional right here, and we got some Jesus in our hearts. Let's go. God calling, walk humbly. Fear of what others will say is what of trust in me. This must not be. Convert all these difficulties into the purification of your characters, right? Having that validity in your heart that you know exactly who Jesus is, exactly who God is, and people cannot tell you or sway you from who he really is and who his true character is going to build up your character. By you solidifying who God is in your heart is going to solidify who you are in the world and who you are in God's kingdom. And that is so vital. So we have to know whose we are to know who we are. This is step by step. See yourselves as those around you see you, not as you wish to be, and walk very humbly with your God. So you can never truly improve if you only see yourself the way you wish that you could be or the way you think you are, right? If you think that, like, we're always going to have better, we're always going to have a better version of ourselves in our mind, unless we like have some weird issues where, like, you know, you're very self-deprecative, or you always tell yourself you're not good enough or you're bad, right? But most of us are going to see ourselves as better, as the best versions of ourselves, because we know our true intentions. But God is saying, see yourselves as those around you see you. Because if you see yourself as those around you see you, then you're able to really make changes. You're really able to come from different angles and attack your personality and who you are, and be able to see you for how the world sees you, right? And you're able to see your true characteristic natures, which is so vital. And walk very humbly with God. Right? So if we're able to be humble, if we're able to look at from other people's perspectives onto ourselves, and we're able to come to God with them, then it is going to be so much easier to improve our lives and improve our character. I will set you on high because you have known my name, but it must be a purified you to be so exalted. So God's saying you have to be purified. You have to truly come to terms with who you are and fix that, and come to God and give it to him and say, God, please change me for the better. Lord, please improve my character. Please change me. You have to be so humble, guys. This process is not going to be easy. It's going to be something that every single person it'll be difficult for them, right? But by seeing each other, by seeing ourselves as others see us, and then truly learning who we are, figuring out what we represent, and then coming to God with that and humbly asking him to take that away, we are going to be able to purify ourselves, and God will set us on high, and we will truly know his name. We will truly know who he is. We have to know whose we are to know who we are. So it starts with knowing God, it starts with loving God, and then we carry on those next steps. God even tied meek and lowly. As the world's great teacher, I taught not only so much by word as by the living word. Learn of me, I said, adding that men should see in me meekness and lowliness, so that my disciples should take me as their great example. I epitomized my attitude towards my Father in heaven and towards his other children as meek and lowly. Toward God the Father, the meekness of a yielded will. Toward his other children, lowliness devoid of the pride that surrenders man and prevents their humble approach to God. Learn of me, I am meek and lowly in my heart. So do you find rest unto your souls. So this is so vital, guys. Just as we were talking about before, you have to come humble. Not only humble, you have to be meek and lowly, because that's literally how Jesus came, right? The King of Kings, the Father of all of us, right? God, he came down as being someone who was meek and lowly. He came down as someone who was not boastful. Everyone thought, that's why so many people still think that Jesus is not the true Messiah, because, like, no, the true God, the true King would come into a royal family. He'd have gold. He'd be surrounded by all this wealth, right? He'd be in a huge castle. No, right? Jesus came down as meek and lowly. So not only do you have to be humble to figure out who he is, not only do you have to be humble to learn about who you truly are under God, to learn about what God's plans are for you, and to learn about the kingdom of heaven, but you have to be meek and lowly. You have to take that to the next step, and that is vital, guys. I love you guys so much. That is July 18th, and with that, I will say amen.